life is a mess and you're totally stressed out, just call Trent. Just call Trent. When your wife is cold as ice and you need some advice, just call Trent. Just call Trent. He'll shoot it straight and he won't say no. He'll just give you that advice and say, well, there you go.
Hello, welcome to another episode of There You Go with Trent Mabry. I, of course, am your host, Trent Mabry. Today, my guest is David Britton. How are you, David?
Good, Trent. It's really good to be on the podcast. Long-time listener, first-time guest. So, well, you
That's
haven't been
a,
on. You've been on less than a year, so not like that long of a listener.
no, it's coming up. Yeah, it's coming up on a year, though, in June, I think.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah.
exciting. Helping so many people.
I know. We got to actually have a special guest today. This is a very special episode, David, and I'm glad you're my guest for this.
Okay, I didn't know you had another guest. Is this someone we're going to be helping with advice?
Yes, this is our first call-in guest. This guy reached out to me. He's a big fan of my podcast, like you are.
Oh, sure.
And who isn't, really?
Yeah. Everyone's smart.
Yeah. But he reached out to me. He needs some advice. And I thought you would be the perfect guy to help out with him. So please.
Happy to do it.
Well, I'm happy to have you. So please
Sorry,
welcome.
I interrupted you. Let me interrupt you one more time when you try to introduce him. I won't, I swear.
All right, you ready? Ready?
Mhm.
Please welcome Bobby Gerbowski.
Oh,
Hey
no.
guys. Hey David. I've been trying to get a hold of you.
Oh my God.
I couldn't get you. Trent said I could talk to you on the show.
Yeah, actually, Bobby, if you could move your thumb, I think your thumb's blocking your camera a little bit.
Yeah,
There you go. That's better.
I know this guy.
You
Is
do?
this what I look like?
Yeah. But well, your head injury is gone from the last time I saw you. So, Trent, I know you didn't know this, but I feel a little like ambushed right now.
Oh, really? Yeah, I didn't know you guys actually knew each other.
Well, it's not like we hang out. I picked up Bobby one night when he had tried to jump off a bridge and he just like hit his head on the guardrail instead, and I had to drive him to the hospital. It was all.
Oh my God.
You look better, Bobby, as in not injured.
Yeah, I guess physically I'm doing better.
Well, that's
Great.
good. That's good to hear. Are you're making a face like you may be in some pain though?
Well, I'm trying to see on the little phone here.
Oh yeah, what kind of phone are you using? It's a little. What do you got, a Nokia?
I don't know. Court says I gotta keep one on all the time, and so I just pretty much whatever the cheapest one at the grocery store is.
Yeah, that's now, David. I'm sorry, I didn't know that you two knew each other. That he just reached out to me. He has some advice. I'm not sure what the advice was. He sent me an email, and you can. By the way, if you're listening, you can email me at advicefromtrent@gmail.com. That's advicefromtrent@gmail.com. And Bobby emailed me, and he said he needed some questions answered. So Bobby, go. You have the floor.
Well, okay. I don't know how far back I need to go in the story for this to make sense. I was living in, essentially it's an attic is where I'm at. I had an older lady. She was kind enough to kind of let me sleep up there, and when she died, he didn't even watch her for a long time, and so I didn't want to be rude or nothing, so I waited like during the wake and everything, and then when I finally emerged, it was a whole thing there, Trent. That's not even what the problem is. It's just they sold the place, and I figured I got squatters' rights, So I'm
Yeah.
still in the attic there, but my new roommate or my new landlord, I'm not sure really what the relationship is there. As a matter of fact, I think he's been cooking methamphetamine.
Oh, really? Wow.
So is the question, how do you get some of the meth?
Well, no. So actually, kind of. Well, yeah. Okay. Let me. So he was cooking meth, and that, I mean, that to me seemed like a problem, because if the police come there, I'm on probation, and that could look like a whole thing. But now I don't know, he found Jesus or something, or what's going on, but there's been no meth going on for a while. And I gotta say, like, I guess my body got used to the fumes coming up there in the attic or whatever. And now it's been a couple of weeks, and I think I'm addicted to methamphetamines, and that I'm gonna need it now.
Well, okay, addicted to methamphetamines again. Let's start there.
Well, yeah, I guess I never stopped.
Right. Once an
But
addict, always an addict,
yeah,
right?
that's
you
what
gotta-
In
they
an
say.
attic.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hilarious. I'm
Thanks, Matt.
sorry.
Was
Yeah.
that
Sorry,
meth, or was that? Did you actually like that one?
no, it's the laughter hurts. It hurts.
Yeah, he has a whole, like, Bobby, I remember when we took him to the hospital, like, first of all, he made me stay because I was gonna, like, he was just some guy, so I'm like, I'm gonna go home. But then he wrote me down as next of kin.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then they asked me, like, why he didn't have a spleen. And I'm like, I don't know. He hit his head. That shouldn't have involved his spleen at all. So apparently he's missing quite a few organs, is what
Yeah.
I got out of it.
That's a whole nother show, Ricky. Like
That's his
that's
catchphrase,
not
by the
even-
way.
Oh, I did. Why? I didn't know he had a catchphrase too.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
from the Ricky Lake show.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, look, Ricky Lake, great advice giver, one of my idols. Grew up
Sure,
watching
yeah.
her. One of my inspirations for starting this podcast, Ricky Lake,
Yeah, she's helped a lot of people.
along with Montel.
Oh, yeah. He's
Oh,
always
yeah.
finding out who's the daddy, right? Is that his?
No, that's actually Maury.
That's Maury. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Maury's the daddy guy.
Maury is the daddy. That's a lot of young ladies like Maury. But anyway, so Bobby, you're in an attic,
Yeah.
and there's now are those your clothes behind you, or the people that moved in's clothes?
No, I actually think this is kind of remnants from the old lady. I think this is her son's stuff, maybe.
Okay.
I didn't tell him though, because it's winter time, and I gotta pile these up every now and then to keep myself from getting hypothermia.
Right. We don't
Oh.
want that.
Is the attic uninsulated? Is that part of the problem?
Well, there's definitely sections of it that seem to be nothing but insulation, because it's itchy as all get out. But some spots, like my sleeping spot, not as warm, but also not as itchy. So you got to kind of, you know how it is, David.
Yeah, you got to find that balance between sleeping in the warm insulation and not getting fiberglass in your skin.
Yeah.
Sure. And I know
Yeah,
you have a lot of skin issues too. So
Yeah. Allergy pretty much. They said I was allergic to the wind.
Whoa. I've never heard of such a thing.
that sounds rough.
Well, that's a whole nother show, Ricky.
There it is.
Have you ever thought now? Maybe have you ever thought of like putting that on a T-shirt or something, and then maybe you could get some money off that? Because I think it's a hot catchphrase, and maybe you could find a place of your own.
Well, there's a time where I wrote it on pretty much all my clothes, but it wasn't really. I mean, you show up at your probation meetings with a whole nother show, Ricky. Scribble all over your clothing, and they start asking, "Hey, Bobby, you doing meth again?"
Right.
And then of course the answer, if you're being honest, is like, I'm not doing it on purpose.
Yeah,
Right. You're in an
downstairs.
attic trapped with meth fumes.
Yeah, but now I would like to do some on purpose. I feel like.
Well, yeah, you're probably you're addicted now. You're jonesing. Your downstairs neighbor, if we can call him neighbor. I wouldn't call them neighbors, David. I don't know about you.
No, I would say
Roommate?
it's more
Mm,
like you're like a ghost, I guess, is how I think the most analogous situation to yours,
Oh,
because you're like kind of haunting their area. Would you say that's accurate, Trent? He's kind of like a Phantom
yeah,
of the
like a
Opera kind of thing.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Phantom of the Opera, definitely. Now, I just hope he doesn't have an organ up there. But he's missing some
I'm missing
organs,
a
huh?
lot of them.
Yeah.
That's what David was saying. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what like us. The doctor said, and I've never heard them use this phrase. A surprising number is how many he's missing. Like, and a lot of it is pieces. Like the doctor says he has a liver, but then he did like air quotes with his fingers. So I didn't think that sounded great.
No, that doesn't. So,
I,
Bobby,
I'm sorry, you guys are breaking up a little bit. Wait, so are you suggesting I like do some sort of rattling chains poltergeist situation? You think that's gonna make him cook meth?
that could be, you could be like Jacob Marley from Ebenezer Scrooge. That's not the name of the thing, but the whatever it is, the Christmas story.
Christmas Carol. Christmas
Christmas
Story is the
Carol.
one.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Story is the one where he wants a BB gun.
You're
Yeah,
right.
you're thinking of the Muppets Christmas Carol.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's one of my favorite versions of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, a Christmas Carol. You could dress up like a ghost and get some chains and haunt your downstairs
Friend?
friend.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I told you this a bunch when you were in my car, but a friend is someone who you know and knows you. That's step one. That's not even all the way, but that's step one to friendship.
Yeah, that's
So
why I wanted to be on the show that you were on.
why is that?
Because of the friend thing.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. I apologize.
I don't.
You know me, I know you.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean that's at best an acquaintance. It sounds like.
Yeah, it's like the first step, but it's not all the way. Well, let's deal with one thing at a time. I'm sorry,
You're
Bobby.
right.
Your hand is in front of the camera again, Bobby.
That's.
Is that good?
I don't know if that's better. It's definitely out of the way now.
Yeah,
So you
I
but
like your idea. Your haunting idea seems good, Trent.
yeah, you could, and then every hour on the hour, you go, "Ooh, I'm the ghost. I need you to start making meth again." And they seem like maybe they might fall for that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like people who make meth and consume meth don't need too much of an excuse to start again.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's probably looking for that.
Yeah. So try to get them to relapse. They seem like they've kind of turned their life around.
Yeah, turn it back around.
Yeah.
360
All right.
instead of 180.
Yeah. I got a lot of experience of, crash and burn. I think I could pull it off for him.
I believe in you. You've given me no reason to doubt you so far. So that's you want. So what you want to do is this is what you're asking for advice. You want your neighbors to start making. Yeah, we're gonna call them neighbors. I can't think of a better way to.
No, there's really no.
Yeah.
There's really no better term.
Yeah, you want your neighbors to start making meth. That's really what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess we
yeah.
never got to what he actually wanted advice-wise, because there's a lot of options, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, well, I think you did a good job then, just for freestyling.
Yeah.
Now, if they refuse to start making meth, I would suggest. Here's my other suggestion. Now, David, tell me what you think of this.
Okay.
Maybe you find another house where they're also making meth and they also have an attic, and you just move in there.
Oh, like that. Yeah. There's probably
Okay.
usually it's not just one house in a neighborhood that's the meth house. There's usually like if you find a good methy neighborhood.
Now, a lot of them don't have attics.
Okay. So
Bobby, you look
Yeah,
distressed more
gonna have
than
to-
you were.
Well, that's a lot of, I don't know. It's going. I have to go outside. It's been snow. I don't know where my shoes are. But if we want to go do some reconnaissance, looking for houses with the vents in the peaks, that's a pretty good. Judging by the size of the peak vent, I think we could pinpoint it. And then if you guys want to go in with me, or like say that you're there to buy meth, and if you can keep them distracted, I can try to find the access hole. I guess.
Yeah.
You know what? I was going to make like a rice pilaf tonight, and you really gotta.
Oh.
Oh, it's more of a risotto, and you gotta stir it. You gotta
Yeah,
stir. It's a lot like meth, where you have to just keep stirring the whole time, or otherwise,
Yeah.
I'd be, I'd
And
be in
David
otherwise.
actually he invited me to have some rice pilaf with him. So
that sounds good.
Yeah.
It's been. I don't even know the last time I eaten, let alone pilaf.
Yeah, it's good, and Trent and I are quarantining together. We have our pod, so
yeah.
or we'd invite you, but you're like not in the pod.
Yeah,
So.
and it's a lie. If you got COVID, let me tell you, firsthand experience, you definitely can get it again.
Oh, you've had it more than once?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it's going. But I guess it's kind of like the attic thing. I don't know if it ever left. I think it's set up shop here. I think I am a super spreader.
Well, you were in Wuhan for a while. Remember when you fell asleep in that guy's steamer trunk and you ended up in China by accident? Like that was a big.
Yeah. I tell you, David, if I could go back, that was the first time I felt tall in my life.
Just in the trunk or in China?
Both. The trunk was surprisingly tight on my tiny frame, but then when I popped out of there, I was walking around. I looked like friggin' Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, sure.
Now, you a big Dolph Lundgren fan?
Yeah, I like that Punisher movie. I used to be on the antenna TV a lot.
Do you have a TV in the attic?
Oh God, no.
Do you ever hear?
Now? Yeah, go on. No, go on, David.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say, do you maybe ever hear your downstairs? Yeah, I guess I'll go with neighbor. Do you ever hear they're like
Yeah,
TV
but
through the floor?
it's in Spanish, and I figured by this time I'd be fluent, but it didn't stick. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you noticed, but like I've been speaking English my whole life, and I still feel like I haven't got a real mastery down on that.
Yeah, no, we've noticed that.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Yeah, felt rude, but since you brought it up, we definitely noticed.
Yeah.
The doctor said it's like my mouth forgets what my brain told it before it comes out of there.
Yeah, and I bet he probably said that's probably a side effect of the meth.
Yeah, and just the surprising lack of organs.
Yeah, and the fall that David mentioned before.
Yeah, there's a lot of probably contributing factors going on. Now again, Bobby, the camera's
So
like way over. Well, don't worry about it.
How do you guys feel about a backwards message in the shower steam on the mirror situation?
Wow, I actually like that.
That's gonna take some work.
Well, yeah, you'd have to learn how to spell. And then backwards at that.
Yeah.
But I think that's a good idea. I'm glad that you're also giving it. You're adding to the advice. You're coming up with your own ideas. This is really what the podcast is all about: brainstorming.
Yeah, if you like teach a man to make meth and he'll smoke for a lifetime. It's that kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think I could master it. If I went down there, I gotta say I'd probably blow up the whole neighborhood. And if I don't get met soon, then that actually might be the route that I have to go.
No, I wouldn't recommend blowing up the neighborhood. That seems like a bit of an overreaction, I think.
Well, society started it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's not like you don't have a point, but I don't think you can't really just take it out on society like that though, Bobby. I know.
David, I don't got the guts. All right. If I was going to have a falling down situation, I think that would have happened a long time ago. No, I'm pretty much only a danger to myself.
Boy, he's really obsessed with that 90s movie Falling Down. Like, I don't think a lot of people actually remember that one. Who was in that again? It was
That's Michael Douglas. He had a
oh,
flat
Michael
top.
Doug. Yeah,
It's
Michael
actually where I
Douglas.
kind of modeled my whole aesthetic here. Is the accountant on the breakdown.
Yeah, yeah. If you had ever been an accountant, I think it would be pretty spot on for you. Because I remember like in the hospital waiting room, you like raging about the fact that Cokes weren't 50 cents. You were
They
very
used to
upset.
be. You remember?
I do remember. I remember when a
I-
can of Coke was 50 cents.
No, I don't. But
No,
I'm a
you were
lot
a young
younger.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Bobby, how old are how old of a guy are you?
That's an interesting question. Because
It's a
you
simple
see,
question too.
well, because my brother Donnie, as far as we were ever told, he was my younger brother. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But tell me this: if he's born in 1980, but my birth certificate doesn't say nothing until 1986, but there are clearly pictures of me before Donnie was born and when Donnie was a tiny baby. So what's going on there?
Trent, I feel like you could do a whole podcast series about just the problems that Bobby has. But
Yeah, I
here's the
think-
problem
yeah.
is with most advice shows, you want the advice to be like, oh, this one person has that problem, but it'll apply to many people.
Right.
And they can all, and really in Bobby's case, I feel like each of his problems is totally unique to him, you know?
I couldn't agree more.
I don't know. I think there's probably a handful of time loop babies out there.
Well, yeah, I didn't consider that.
Yeah. I mean,
But that's
I'd
also
like to
another
help.
podcast all about where we
That's
discuss
a whole nother
time.
show, Ricky.
There it is. It, it's growing on me now, actually. The hysterical crying. I listened to half an hour of this in the car.
That was a laugh.
Oh,
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
They hurt so.
so
Yeah, that could be your other catchphrase. It hurts so.
Oh God, I bet I said that more than on another show, Ricky.
Yeah, it's close. It's tied, I'd say.
but you're just saying that because it's true, not like you're trying to have a catchphrase.
Yeah, there's no canned laughter happening on that one.
Now you mentioned your
Right.
brother Donnie.
Uh-huh.
What's he up to?
Oh God. Well, all right. So I gotta admit, I haven't always been the best guy. Okay, and
I find that hard to believe.
I was in a rough situation, and I thought I'd get out, before things went downhill, and I sold all my Blockbuster stock to Donnie. Okay,
Mhm.
and I thought that poor dumb son of a gun, he's gonna regret this for the rest of his life. What ends up happening, he ends up with one of these Blockbusters. He flips it. He turns it into some like little hipster spot where they come get coffee on little VHS cassette coasters or whatever. He's making goddamn near dollars.
I like a VHS coaster seems very thick to me. You know, like that's a
I don't know. I think it's recycled.
right.
Or I think maybe they're called DVDs.
Oh, actually, that might. I think Trent's young. He knows about the modern technology, so he's probably right.
I remember when they would bring you like a platter of wings on a laser disc.
Oh yeah, that sounds wings. God damn, that sounds good right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure
Sometimes
just
when the-
any food.
Yeah, the Mets guy. Sometimes he would he didn't go after the whole chicken bone it was kind of a disgrace. But like lucky for me, that meant some bone leftovers there.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
suck on the bone, get the juices out of it.
Yeah,
Some cartilage,
Yeah.
you know. You
Yeah.
got the
Gristle.
cartilage. Bristles, yeah, sure.
yeah. I was taught you got to eat every piece of the chicken, but I guess he's got meth money, so he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to chomp on bone.
Bobby, if you had to pick, what would be your favorite thing to eat?
Oh, food, the hands down.
Yeah, that's like my second favorite. I hear you.
First being rice pilaf.
Right,
Oh.
which I consider like above food in a way. It's hard to explain.
God, the rice pilaf. Any kind of pilaf.
Yeah, you could peel off a scab and Bobby would eat it.
so, so
Should I start a GoFundMe, you think?
Well, that you would need. I don't know if you could do that from a flip phone. Is the problem?
Oh, you're probably right. I need to go to the library if I find my shoes.
yeah. Have you where was the last place you had your shoes? Can you remember?
I try not to take them off my feet because I know what happens.
Yeah.
And you know, so I don't know if it was a sleep shoe disappearance situation or I don't know. I hope I didn't leave.
You know what I just realized is there could be an actual ghost there. Like we're telling Bobby to become a ghost.
Oh, someone to talk to, huh? That'd be something.
That would
Yeah,
be.
that would-
I think that might be the best thing for you, Bobby, is if there was a ghost in the attic with you. Just a friend, a
No, I
real
could.
friend, unlike David.
Yeah,
Somebody that wants to hang out with you. This ghost, he could go anywhere, really, I think. I don't know. He could be condemned to that area, or it could be a lady ghost.
Oh yeah, there you go, Bobby. That would be.
Ooh la la. Okay, now I like where this is going.
Yeah, you never know.
And maybe
You
that
could-
ghost is flirting with you by taking your shoes.
Oh yeah, ghosts are into that. Yeah, that's how they. I could see ghosts flirting that way.
That's a lot of
Yeah,
ghosts
all
have
of this
foot
is
fetishes.
making
Oh, Bobby froze.
perfect sense to me. This all tracks for me, except for the part about the ghost being interested in me. That's the part that's far fetched.
Yeah, so you could believe you could believe that ghosts exist and that you're in a house with one, but not that like a woman would be interested in you.
Yeah, I mean, she'd have to be pretty down. She's got a meth money man downstairs, and his friends come over here to watching soccer all day long, and she's gonna choose me. Yeah, okay, that's a whole nother show, Ricky.
Well, Bobby, give yourself some credit. When you were in the hospital, that police lady showed up and said you were a person of interest. So I feel like you're close.
Well, yeah, that was nice of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, though. I gotta tell you, that's just been one of my tactics where I've been modeling my whole look here, not just from falling down, but also like trying to match as many police sketches as possible.
Just so you could have somebody to interact with?
Yeah, if I got to be in a lineup, that's going to take 5, 6, maybe 7 hours. That means that for somebody's probably going to get a Diet Coke or a couple of chips out of the snack machine.
Right.
Yeah. And remember when Coke used to cost 50 cents?
Don't I? But and if God forbid, actually, fingers crossed, someone said I was the guy that did it. 3 hots in the cot. What more could a person ask for?
Well, exactly. You're 100% right there, Bobby. Now, that's something we also didn't consider, David. Maybe Bobby could do something and get arrested.
Yeah, I really
find
think
a warm place to stay.
I mean, I don't know how much back child support you have to owe before you go to prison. I don't know if there's a number, but I'm sure you've exceeded that at the very least, right?
Yeah, but they keep telling us, Bobby, you can't keep coming in here. Just get a job.
Right. Yeah.
Now I didn't know this, David. Bobby, you have a child?
Yeah, David. See, that's David. He knows. That's my daughter Samantha. We're not necessarily on speaking terms. I mean, I'm on speaking terms with her, but reciprocation not really coming back around on that one. She's busy. She's got friends, and it's a whole thing. It will work itself out.
Yeah, she's not really on listening. She's not on listening terms.
Yeah, I would assume I leave a voicemail. I mean, God, so many voicemails, but I don't know. That's a whole other show, Ricky.
Maybe she'll listen to this podcast though, and maybe she'll see that you're trying to turn your life around. You're asking for advice from the greatest advice giver there is, Trent Mabry, and David Britton, second best.
Right. Yeah. I'll take second best to Trent for sure.
Second best, like food.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe I don't want to overstep boundaries, but maybe I could be like a third co-host on this thing. I could be like your Baba Booey, and we could, if people want advice coming, I can at least say, hey, I can tell you what not to do.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I might be interested in like having you on another time to cover more of like, because you seem like you need a lot. You need to, I'm still really not sure what you're asking for advice for right now. There's a lot that we've covered so far.
yeah, I think maybe if you could narrow it down to like the one thing you need.
Yeah, what's the
like-
most?
Oh,
what could you,
okay.
if you had to choose one thing, what could you change right now?
Hey, first, if you guys could help me find my shoes, that would solve, I think, a pretty quick list of problems. And then if there was a second one, so whichever one's easier for you guys is probably how I could get in on this rice pilaf sponsorship.
Yeah. Okay. I think we'll go with the shoes. Probably. I don't know how you feel, Trent. Like it's your show.
I think that the shoes. And Bobby's right. Once he finds the shoes, he can do a lot of stuff. He can go down to the library, hang out for a little bit.
Right. I guess I never think about it because I don't want to brag because I do have like more than one pair of shoes, but I never think about how many doors are closed to you literally when you don't have shoes.
It's especially in the winter like this. It's snowing out.
Yeah.
And Bobby's already cold.
Right.
But here's where I've learned. It's always, whenever I lose something, it's always the last place you look.
That's true.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
So
flip it
where should I start?
around and look the last place you were going to look first.
Exactly.
That's good advice.
Thank you. I doubt they would be up.
Well,
But that is the last place you would look.
you're right. You're
yeah.
right.
That's your own advice.
Yeah.
You're right. You got me. All right. That's
Oh. Well,
Oh.
okay, you guys are gonna laugh.
oh,
You're gonna laugh.
oh,
Yeah.
are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, you're not gonna believe this.
I can't wait.
They're on my feet.
Oh,
Oh my, well, son of a bitch.
okay, well, they don't match. I'm noticing now that one seems to be a slipper of some kind. And then you
Yeah,
have like a sneaker on the other foot.
yeah, they're also both for the left one, but
I noticed that. I was gonna mention that.
I didn't notice that.
hey, God provides, and you can't complain.
God does
Yeah,
provide.
He doesn't
Yes.
do a great job with you, but he does provide. I feel like you're the guy who God was like, "Oh, I provide," and then he was like, "Oh, Bobby, yeah, well, whatever I've got left."
It could always
throw
be
him two
worse.
left shoes.
That'd be a great name for your autobiography, Bobby Gerbowski, Two Left Shoes.
Oh yeah, it could always be worse. Two left shoes. It could always be worse.
That's the title under. That's the little smaller title.
Yeah,
A little
and then the
subtitle.
smaller one underneath that is like, so get ready for that.
That's good. I feel like God gave you an extra helping of catchphrases.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show, Ricky. I think I've worn it out already.
Yeah, bro. I think you went to that well a little too often.
Yeah, you might go to the second one, which was something about it always hurting. Do you
Oh,
remember?
yeah.
Yeah, Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's always going to be a scoliosis.
Oh. Do you have scoliosis as well?
Oh yeah, that's a
Wow.
whole nother show, Ricky.
It comes back around. Like,
Oh, that's good to laugh. It hurts, but it's good. That's what they tell. Is there? So I got shoes now. Uh, is there something I can help you guys with while I'm on here?
um, no, I don't. I'm David. Are you? What about you?
Nothing.
I feel pretty good actually, like all things considered. Like, yeah, like my life is going fairly well, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Well, you're the rice pilaf king of Poughkeepsie over there.
Yeah, that's true. They do say that about me. Or I'm trying to get them to, I guess.
You just
So I
gotta
guess
you gotta hammer it in. If you want a catchphrase or a tagline, you gotta go for
Yeah,
it.
you gotta say it every 5 minutes.
the Pilaf King of Poughkeepsie. I guess you're right. You know what? That is something I could use advice for. Is how to. I mean, I'm not really trying to sell it, but
Yeah,
I
how to
guess,
how to start a catchphrase.
yeah. Or well, just how to like market myself as the Pilaf King of Poughkeepsie.
Oh, I didn't know you wanted to be like you want to. I just thought that maybe that was just a nickname you wanted, but I didn't know you actually wanted to be the king, the rice pilaf king of Poughkeepsie.
I want to be known for it more than I actually want it to be true, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that.
So you've done a good job of rubbing it in all of our faces so far this podcast.
Whoa.
I'm
Sorry,
sorry,
Bobby.
David.
No, that's okay. It's all right, Bobby. In fact, I feel like I owe you some. I want to update our relationship from acquaintance to well-wisher, if you would accept, not friend.
That's the nicest thing. Oh God, that's the nicest thing anybody's ever said.
Good, because I couldn't tell by your reaction if
Yeah,
like
I
what
wasn't
was
sure if that
happening.
was joy or pain or
My lungs, the breathing's so shallow that it's
from
hard.
yes, from the COVID and what I can only assume is a lot of other things.
Methamphetamine.
Yeah, the
Only got a quarter of
methamphetamine,
one.
living in an attic with a bunch of loose insulation probably isn't helping either.
Probably, possibly a ghost.
Yeah, a ghost.
Bobby, are you okay? You're looking a little sleepy.
I am tired. I just, yeah, how it is. It just sets in on you out of nowhere.
It sure does.
Yeah, that does happen for sure, pal.
Next
But
thing you
Bobby,
know,
if I think we found your shoes, I think this is going to lead to a lot of opportunities for you.
I think so.
You can go downstairs now at night when the
Yeah.
clock strikes 3.
Yeah,
Witching hour.
Yes, and you can find some chains.
rattling my chains.
Yeah.
At least a jump rope. There's a jump rope up here. I could rattle that.
Yeah, if you can't find chains, a jump rope might make do. But I think we're getting back to like what you first mentioned about how you want your downstairs neighbors to cook meth for you again.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah,
think-
that should actually be back to the number one.
Well, now that we find your
found the
shoes, yeah. So get the shoes on. Try to find some chains. A jump rope might work if you can't find anything else. But try to find something that makes a little like some clanging noises, right,
Yeah,
David?
maybe.
Yeah. Look for maybe like a belt or
Yeah.
something up there. I know your psychologist said you're not supposed to be around belts, but like just don't think
Yeah, I haven't
about
owned one.
don't think about anything sad, and just like just go with a couple belts if you can find them up there.
Yeah, don't think about anything. Try to be optimistic. Have hope for the future that your neighbors will start cooking meth again once you spook them into it.
Mm.
Yes, fingers
Fing-
crossed.
Fingers
Oh,
crossed on that. Oh,
So I think that you need to find some chains. I think this is what we're going with. You're gonna haunt your downstairs neighbors.
yeah.
Mhm.
I think they'll fall for it,
Yeah.
and then they'll start cooking meth again, and you'll live in the attic. And I
Yeah.
think once they start cooking meth, the attic won't be so bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will still be an attic, but I'll be high as a kite, Trent.
Exactly, and you won't be able to think about you won't think about your problems with that. You'll just be up there experiencing joy
Yeah,
with your
running in
ghost
place.
friend. What was that?
I run in place when I'm on meth. I run in place.
Oh, really?
Now we've got to keep
Yeah,
you warm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's good for the heart. Well, not for mine, uh, but you know, that's a whole nother show, Ricky.
That is a whole nother show, Bobby. So
It's
there you
going
go. I
around
think,
the other way, where I'm not laughing at again. Like it's funny how it does these loops.
yeah. Well, yeah. It's like once you say it enough, it kind of gets funnier.
Yeah, and then it
There's a
stops.
real lull, and then
There's a long lull.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
long lull.
So yeah, so get the shoe. Well, you already have the shoes on. Doesn't I'm sure they're not comfortable. It's 2 left shoes, but you'll
Right.
It
make
always
do.
be worse.
It could always be worse.
It can always be worse.
You're absolutely right. So find some chains, haunt your neighbors. I'm sure they'll start cooking meth, and then you'll be fine. You can talk to your ghost friend, run in place with your ghost friend.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
all
that-
this.
Yeah.
I think that solves. A I wouldn't say a lot of your problems, but I would say a percentage that's more than like 2 or 3% of your problems.
Yeah, it's small steps.
Low battery.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, that's one we can't really help with. I
Yeah.
don't see how we could
No.
really. Oh, you know what? Actually, just there's probably wires up there. So just like kind of like see if you can kind of split the casing on one of those wires. They have like a plastic or rubber casing around the wires for the house, and just see if you
Yeah.
can charge your phone on one of those.
Yeah.
Actually, so that's what I can help with right away. I know electricity runs through
Okay.
wires. Yeah, just give it a.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm no electrician, but I see a.
Oh,
I'll
you're
try
not
to
an
Bob Vila
electrician?
up here some phone charging.
Well, I feel
No,
like
I couldn't. They wouldn't certify me.
how are you going to become an electrician unless you try? So I think believe in yourself, strip some wires.
Yeah, that's really
Oh.
what it comes down to, Bob.
Ship
I think
sail on that
you
one.
just got to believe you got to believe in yourself.
Mhm.
You got to have some self-confidence. I was a little
That ain't gonna happen.
Well, not with that attitude.
Yeah, you have to at least believe you can have self-confidence. I guess that's the
Yeah.
first step.
Yeah, I'll believe in me when I believe in sexy, attracted to me ghosts.
Oh, that's a whole different show, Ricky. I like it when I say it. Oh no.
Yeah, good one.
So, Bobby, I think we gotta wrap up here soon. So, but I
Oh.
do think that you should really try the ghost thing. Not
Yeah.
the real ghost, you acting like a ghost, or you could try to talk the ghost into haunting your neighbors.
Or I become a ghost for real.
No, Bobby. No.
I'm you know me. I'm all talk.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of talk, but there's a lot of behind the talk. There's also a lot of real sadness. So, yeah, don't do that. Either talk the
Yeah,
ghost
I
into
agree,
it,
Dave.
or
I agree with David. Don't do that.
pretend to be a ghost, or get the other ghost to do your quote unquote dirty work.
And have your neighbors start cooking meth. And I know you asked if I had any need for advice or anything that you could help me with. And once your neighbors do start cooking meth, maybe hit me up again.
Yeah, I think some of
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
All right. I love you guys too.
All right. We love you, Bobby.
Yeah, I'm happy to see you.
Yeah.
See, you can't. I meant to tell you, Trent. You can't actually say that.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I take it back. I don't love you, Bobby.
Oh well, see, that's gonna be worse. That's you
no.
really you kind of backed yourself into this corner now.
Oh,
where,
no.
yeah, you're.
Bobby, I
warned you.
feel some sort of way about you.
Yeah, me too. Me too, pal.
Yeah. And David, thanks for doing this. It was
Oh,
a
of
good
course.
show.
I didn't expect. I thought it was someone who we could actually like improve their lives. I didn't know it would be such a high difficulty rating.
Yeah,
but,
this was a tough one. I'm sorry. I thought I should next time I'll give you a softball. And I'll try to make it somebody that you don't have a prior knowledge of, a prior interaction with.
Well, I mean, hopefully we helped a little bit. But it was good to see you, Trent.
Yeah, as always, it's good catching up a little bit.
Yeah, love you, pal. Love you.
Yeah, I love you too, David. And I mean it.
Yeah, I meant it.
Oh, I know. I wasn't saying you didn't mean it. I mean it.
Oh, I mean it too.
So that's it. That's the show. There you go. I hope that helped, Bobby. I'll talk to you later when they start cooking meth again. Okay?
Hello?
David, I guess we're just going to have to wrap up.
Yeah, I think his phone's dying anyway.
Yeah, I think so. So that's it. That's your show. All right. Hope that helps. As always, hey, follow me on Twitter or Instagram at Trent Mabry. David, anything you want to plug? I almost forgot.
Oh, you know what? If you enjoy podcasts, I have a podcast called Do You Know What Time It Is? Where sometimes my friends need advice, actually, or something late at night, and they'll call me in the middle of the night. Trent actually called once after he had a little car mishap, he had a little wreck. Bobby actually had called me on that show. So, like, a lot of.
Wow.
Yeah, we have kind of a history. So, check out Do You Know What Time It Is with David Britton. It's in all the regular podcast places. Would love for you to hear it.
And I love it. It's a great podcast, and I was on it. And there was also, besides Bobby, there was another fan of yours that reached out to me and emailed me, asked for advice. He said he heard about my show from your show.
Oh, who was that?
His name was Jay.
Oh, Jay. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but thanks for you got me a new listener. And Bobby, is there anything you want to plug?
If you guys are still talking, I can't hear anything.
Yeah,
I see you. You're laughing and having a good time, but nothing's coming through. I think a freaking mouse ate through my headphone.
Oh, well, that's all of the show, Ricky. All right, that's it. That's the show. As always, this is Trent Mabry signing off. Bye-bye. Hey, baby, I hear the blues are calling. Tossed salads and scrambled eggs. Mercy. And maybe I seem a bit confused. Yeah, maybe. But I got you pegged. But I don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. They're calling again. Scrambled eggs all over my face. What is a boy to do? Mabry has left the building.